And he's been playing this backhand far better than he gives himself credit for. He's been bowling good weight on this backhand, as long as he grasses it. And he's pushed it out. Looks heavy though. Surely he's pushed that ball. Surely he's pushed it.
Well, Sullivan. Terry Sullivan has done it. Cecil Brensky's last ball wasn't good enough. And Terry Sullivan is the Embassy World Indoor Champion with 3 shots to make it 21-18. A marvellous final. Anybody's game right until the very last end. But for the first time, Wales have the World Indoor Champion, and Terry Sullivan has added that title to his UK title.
The next 2 years saw Tony Alcock at his best, as he became the second Englishman to win the title.
But he would have widened the target, he would have opened it out. As it is, it's just as difficult as it was before. Now, Tony will not want another shot. He will surely put one behind. Scotland's second and third delivery is almost identical. Played just below the weight that he required to open up his target. The World Singles Championship has never been won by an overseas player. Scotland's chances of changing that now look slim, and the chances of Tony Alcock to become the second Englishman to win the title are looking very rosy indeed. The last Englishman to win the world singles title was David Bryant back in 1981. Since then it's been won by 2 Scotsmen, John Watson and Bob Sutherland, an Irishman, Jim Baker, and last year by a Welshman, Terry Sullivan. Signs are that he's going to fire. No, not firing. Trying that controlled weight he tried before. He's very close. Can he fall in? Yes! Oh! He fell in, touched the jack. The jack went to Tony Alcock's bowl. That was an amazing last bowl from Phil Scotland. I think it was to be said he deserved to get the shot with it. But don't let's take it away from young Tony Alcock. He's played well throughout the week and fully deserves the finest honour in the game. Winner of the 1986 Embassy World Championship. But look how near Scotland went.
Championship winning ball with this, his last delivery of the end.
Hugh Duff, a young Scot, had shown what he could do against David Bryant in the previous year's semi-finals. But when the event moved for 1 year only to London's Alexandra Palace, Duff came into his own. In a best-of-9 sets final, Duff leads Wyn Richards by 4 sets to 1, and it's all square, 4-all, in the 6th set.
He's got it. It's 3 shots. That's the championship winning lie.
And what a handsome lie it is, quite typical of this final. Wyn Richards has got 3 bowls there within 15 inches of the jack, but Hugh Duff holds 3 shots with 3 within 6 inches.
So it all depends on this ball from Wyn Richards. I don't think it's there. It isn't. It's all over. 5 sets to 1. A quite marvellous display of bowling by this 24-year-old from Auchinleck in Ayrshire, the youngest ever world singles champion, indoor or out.
Willie Wood had suffered defeat in the World Outdoor Singles Championship in 1988, but he was confident of success indoors in 1989. In the final, he came up against a young Scotsman, Richard Corso, who took the first 4 sets and raced into a 5-0 lead in the 5th.
#1 seed next season, defending the title.
I'm sure deep down Richard is really sorry for Willie, the way things are turning out, but he's doing the right thing. Professional, clinical approach right to the end. He knows you really can't afford to open a door for Willie.
That's the trophy, and there's a little matter of £18,000 for the winner, £10,000 for the runner-up. Willie not driving as might have been expected. Playing a difficult timing shot. May have given himself a chance for a drive with that bowl.
And Richard, very wisely, not coming anywhere near these 2 blue balls. Well, it's not a bad blocker.
It's close this time. No, just short of the object. Richard Corso needing the 2 shots he requires for the championship, putting in another block. Convinced that Willie will drive this time.
Well, the way Willie's drawing, he can't, I think, Jimmy, put his life in getting within 6 inches. He'll have to play with weight. Only needs to take 1 out to stay alive, of course. He could get half of his own red ball, take 1 out.
Is this going to be the last bowl of the 1989 championship with weight? It's gone, and the 22-year-old postman from Edinburgh is not only the 1989 World Indoor Singles champion, is the youngest ever. His opponent, Willie Wood, Poor Willie, the third time he's lost a world title at the very last stage of the finals. But all credit to this young man. He's played beautifully throughout the week. He's performed immaculately in the final. He's the champion.
1990 was the year that Welshman John Price, often introduced in those days as the man who has so far failed to fulfil his potential, took on Australia's professional tennis coach and former Aussie rules footballer Ian Schuback in the final.
Still not the killer.
No, there's still room for Ian Schuback in normal circumstances, but these aren't normal circumstances with the tension of the closing stages of a World Championship final. Not an easy job to draw within about 15 inches of the jack.
Well, just as Jimmy Davidson was saying, it's a devil of a job to get that within 15 inches of the jack with that sort of pressure, but Ian Schuback is the man capable of doing it. Is this the winner from Price? Oh! He looks to the heavens, he clenches his fist, he does a little dance. Have you ever seen John Price get so excited?
He's punching like a piston.
He must have had some help.
We were talking about how difficult it was to draw in these circumstances. It looks well nigh impossible now, David. I think with his third bowl at the end, Ian's got to open something up.
Ian Schuback has 2 bowls with which to work. 2 chances to save the championship. His heart must have sank when he saw that great drawing bowl homing in on the jack. Finalist in the pairs, finalist in the singles. Is he going to be runner-up in both?
Looks like he's winding up for a drive.
And you know, he's not improved it. He's just got a single bowl target to hit with his next bowl. The only thing he has done, Jimmy, is to put some back bowls in.
Yes, indeed, David. He's got the possibility of punching the jack through. He's got the best back position, and you can bet your life that John Price will try to get in a back bowl to cover those.
When Schuback saw he'd missed his target, he was ushering those bowls through, pushing them through. Price then, this is perfect. This is a good back bowl. It's in between the 2 red ones. It's the deepest back bowl. It is the best bowl on the green. Two shots there in the head to John Price, but he's also got the best back now. And the big Welsh contingent in this crowd delighted at the performance of John, including his mum and dad, Harry and Margaret. They can't believe it. They've been firm supporters of John ever since Harry taught him to play at the age of 13. And now he's on the point of becoming the world champion.
Ian Schuback, last bowl of the end, the bowl to save the championship, encouraged by applause from the crowd. Weighed up all the angles, He'll finish up, I think, trying to play a timing shot to remove both.
And Price, behind the screen, daren't look at what Ian Schuback is about to do. Schuback, this to save the championship. The shot to John Price, the stadium erupts, the celebrations are about to begin. The Welshman John Price, who has threatened to win one of the big championships, has finally done it. He is the world indoor champion, beating Ian Schuback by 3 sets to 2.
And there's a lot of emotion around from his parents, from John himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new 9th Embassy champion.
(1991), Schuback gets to the final again, and this time he faces Richard Corsi.
Well, this will decide whether he feels he's shot or not. Is he going to reach? I reckon he'll just err a little bit on the side of caution, does he? Brilliant! That's a magic ball.
What an audacious shot. 9 bowlers out of 10, 99 bowlers out of 100 would have stayed well away from that. He has tried to dominate. Corsi, of course, has contested him every inch of the way.
What do you mean, something like this, David? Absolutely brilliant. And who was the shot?
Nobody has asked the question yet, but Dave Higgs knows that any minute somebody's going to pop the question. Well, if you don't know, says Ian Schuback, who does? And Schuback there just asked for permission to visit the head. The recommendations are that the players do not visit the head until each has delivered 2 bowls. But at this stage of a world final, with the first prize of £22,500 at stake, and with Richard Corsi needing just 1 for victory, who can blame him for wanting to see it at close quarters?
Well, Schuback obviously would like to just drop out the Corsi ball to take any doubt at all about who's shot. So he's playing his forehand. Just with enough running, try and just turn that red ball out of the head and stay for 2 to possibly take this set. And he's not far off doing it. If he just got to touch it and he roll it, brilliant!
Oh no! For half a second, Ian Schuback held not 1 shot but 2. The bowls readjusted their position, and that's hard to bear. Ian Schuback, who carries his towel everywhere, threw it at the marker, Dave Higgs. But believe me, he's not throwing in the towel.
And Corso looking to cover that area just to the left of the jack and behind the jack. He's doing it. That's a great ball.
The red shot of Richard Corsi still holding the shot. That's a championship winning lie. And Ian Schuback, who tried such a brave shot with his second delivery, deserved to get the shot and failed, has 2 more bowls left before he surrenders. And I can tell you that on the back of Ian Schuback's visiting card is the legend as follows. It says, "Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough." This man's motto.
And how he's proving it in this particular match. Never beaten until the last ball is bowled. Now he wants a similar ball now to his previous. This and one other ball left to stay in the championship. He's got to change it. So just over the weight.